What's up guys, welcome back to the channel where I teach you everything you need to know about accounting, audit, the CPA lifestyle, and everything in between. If that sounds awesome to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button below and welcome to the accounting channel. In today's video, we're gonna go over how to prepare a trial balance. This is the 5th video in the accounting basics series. If you happen to miss any of the previous videos, I'll have the playlist linked right here. My goal with this accounting basics series is to teach you the basic fundamental principles of accounting to either ace your accounting test or kickstart your career in accounting. The trial balance, or commonly referred to in practice as the TB, is an accounting report that contains all of the closing balances for all general ledger accounts at a point in time. The trial balance is utilized by the company to prepare the financial statements such as a balance sheet and income statement. The trial balance is used as a check to make sure that the total debits and the total credits for all general ledger accounts are equal to each other. That is, total debits equal total credits. Thanks to the accounting software we have today, such as QuickBooks and NetSuite, trial balances are prepared entirely by a company's accounting software. Although nowadays trial balances are prepared entirely by software systems, understanding how a trial balance is prepared is critical in understanding the financial accounts of a company. Let's now get into how a trial balance is set up. We will first have the name of the company at the top middle center of the page. You will then have the name of the report, trial balance, followed by the date for the period the account balances represent. Remember that all balance sheet accounts are at a point in time and all income statement accounts are for a period of time. That is, you will first list all of the assets, then the liabilities, then the equity accounts. The accounts will need to be set up in order of liquidity similar to a balance sheet. You will then list out the account balances on the income statement. You will first list out all of the revenue accounts, followed by all of the expense accounts. You will typically only have accounts that have a balance at period end, so any balances that have a zero balance will generally be taken out. You will then have 2 columns with debits on the left and credits on the right. If you remember from our debits and credits video, the balance of each GL account will line up with the normal balance of that account. Remember that assets, expenses, and dividends have a normal debit balance. Liabilities, owner's equity, and revenue accounts have a normal credit balance. Remember to always do a check that the total debits equal the total credits. If the total debits do not equal the total credits, then something is wrong with an account balance. Just because the total debits equal total credits doesn't mean your trial balance doesn't have errors. You could have potentially debited and credited the wrong accounts for a journal entry. You could have recorded a correct journal entry more than once. You could have not recorded a journal entry at all. And lastly, you could have recorded the wrong amounts for a journal entry. Always keep in mind that just because a TB nets to 0 doesn't make it right. What we will now get into is what we call in practice a working trial balance. A working trial balance can be very useful in helping you prepare a trial balance and can be very useful when posting adjusting journal entries to make sure your journal entries are correct. With a working trial balance, we will first list out all of the GL accounts. From our previous example with our company CPA Swag, we have officially been in business for 1 month and we need to prepare a trial balance for the month of December. There are 4 business transactions that need to be recorded this month. I'm going to cover the journal entry portion of this video fairly quickly, so if you happen to miss the first videos, make sure to go watch those to know exactly what we're doing. Let's now review the 4 business transactions that occurred in the month of December and record them in our working trial balance. To fund the initial operations of CPA Swag, we deposit $1,000 in the company's bank account, and in exchange, the company issues $1,000 in common stock. To account for this transaction, we will record a debit to cash and a credit to owner's equity for $1,000. The company then purchased t-shirts or inventory on credit from a supplier for $500. To account for this transaction, we will record a debit to inventory and a credit to accounts payable for $500. The company then sold all of the t-shirts purchased on credit to customers for $800. To account for this, we will record a debit to accounts receivable and a credit to sales for $800. We will also record a debit to cost of sales and a credit to inventory for $500, which is the original purchase price that we paid for the inventory. The company then purchased a t-shirt printing machine for $300 with cash. To account for this, we will record a debit to machinery and a credit to cash for $300. We will now take the sum from left to right for each GL account to determine the ending balance of each account. As we can see, our trial balance total column nets to 0, which means we are in balance. Let's now show the ending balances in our working trial balance in the trial balance format we discussed earlier. First, we have the name of the company, then the name of the report, and the period we are preparing the trial balance for. List out all of the GL accounts to have an ending balance, with the total debits on the left and the total credits on the right. Make sure that the total debits equal total credits. And now you have successfully prepared a trial balance. That's going to be it for the video today. If you found value in this video, please make sure to smash the like button below for the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, work hard, dress well, peace.